Hello guys, welcome back to Knitting Catalogue. I'm happy to be in your presence today. Today I want to share with you how to knit sleeveless sweater, a vest, you can still call it vest. So this time around I'm going to choose a size for secondary school, the smallest size for secondary school, a size that the school owner will not complain about. As well, this size is like large of primary school. So you can use it for primary school, like the large, the biggest of the primary school, and the smallest of secondary school. So I'm using Yeye ball. You can see I'm using Yeye ball. So right now this size is so big, you know. So I'm casting on 50 by 51. Why that 51? Because the did not complete here. I'm using rib 2 by 1. So I have to adjust by bringing one that make it 51 here and here. So I'm going to like rib. I'm going to rib right now in 2 by 1 36 rows, and I'm using tension 7. So a kind of making my rib as a design in this sleeveless sweater. So my rib is going to be my design, and the body of the sleeveless sweater is going to be plain, so that badge, the school badge, can come in. So let's see how it's being done. I told tension 7 for ribbing. So that's my tension 7 there. So I'm starting with the darkest shade of it. So I'm doing a wrap right now to cast on. So this part is front side. So I'm knitting the front side, guys. So guys, here is the cast on, the wrap cast on. So I'm going to hang my weight on it. So that's it. Then make sure your yarn did not hang in between the comb. I earlier said that I'm going to use the rib, the band as my design. So I'm going to knit 2 rows of each color, and the band right now is going to be 36 rows. So I'm going to engage my row counter for that. So I'm going to engage my row counter. So I'm going to be doing two rows of each color till I get to 36, then I will fold it. So I'm going right now, knitting row 1. So guys, you can see what we have. This is 36 rows of the 2 color, mixing them together in two rows. So I'm going to fold the band right now and start the body of this sleeveless sweater. So guys, the band is being folded right now. So the total row of this sleeveless sweater is 200 rows, the total row. So I'm going to share these 200 rows into 2 parts. So I'm going to knit 110 right now. I'm going to knit 110 and leave 90 for the armhole and neck shaping. So I'm going to knit the 110 rows straight away with color purple, and I'm going to change my tension back to 8. Then my row counter is already set to 00 to help me monitor my counting. So I'm going to head right now and start to knit. So guys, here is the 110 rows right now. So you can see what we have. This is 110 right now. Right now I'm going to cast off for the armhole. Do it with 10 needle each for the armhole, just straight away, without doing fashion decrease. Remember, it's like for school, so you don't need to waste too much time on putting details just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and decrease 10 needle by right side and left side. So you can choose any method you know how to do this. So it's 50 by 51. So I'm going to make sure I decrease 10 needle, in which the needle will now be 41 by 40. So 10 needle off. This is 41 right now. So I'm going to knit one row to the other side of the work so that I can cast off on this particular area. So to cast off 10 needle as well. So guys, the both armhole is ready now. The shaping of armhole is ready now, and this total row is 111 rows right now. So I'm going to knit more 29 rows to make this total row 140. So the remaining 60 is going to be for neck shaping. So let's go ahead and knit up to 140 right now. So guys, we are at 140 right now. So I'm going to start to shape for V neck. So what I need to do is to push left side where the carriage is where I'm going to work with first. So I'm going to push the left side to hold position. Just put all of them on hold. So after this is on hold, the left side is on hold, I'm now going to work with the right side by pressing this button to hold this needle. So right now I'm going to be decreasing one and knit 2 rows. So I'm going to start to decrease one and knit 2 rows. So I'm going to decrease one and knit 2 rows till when I remove 23 needles. At that 23 needles, so it's going to be 56 rows. So I'm just going to complete it 60. That's the row for the shaping. The leg shaping is going to be 60 rows. So I've calculated my needle that I'm going to use 23 needles at both sides. This 23 needle to use to shape, and this side is 23 needles to use to shape. So this side right now that I want to work with, I'm going to remove one needle, decrease one needle, and knit 2 rows. So if I'm doing that and I get to 23 needle, I will have knit 56 rows. So I will just knit 4 rows on top to make it 60 rows. So let's see how to do that. So right now, decreasing one. You can as well fasten up your decrease, maybe by decreasing 2 and knit 4 rows, but I choose to decrease 1 and knit 2 rows. So I may need claw weight because of that shaping, just to make sure here did not pull off. So I'm going to knit 2 rows right now. You remember, you put your carriage on hold. So 2 rows, then decrease again. So guys, we are the last one right now. That's 23 needle of the work. So you can see we have 23 needle of the work. So, and this is 56 rows. So I'm going to knit 4 rows to make it 60 rows. So right now I'm going to knit 4 rows. Then after the 4 rows, I'm going to go to tension 10 and need 2 rows to bind off. So let's go ahead to knit the 4 rows to complete it 60 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 and knit with surplus yarn and knit 2 rows. So I'm going to do my carriage first. Immediately I enter the knitting, then I can now let my yarn loose. So 2 rows, that's the second row right now. That's it. Then to bind off from here to the cast off area right now, the shoulder line is 200 rows. So you can see what we have right now. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat same thing on this other side right now. So I'm going to push one needle in and decrease right now. So hanging my claw weight, then I can now, release this button for all the needles to be working. Then I go back to tension 8, then continue decreasing one needle and knit 2 rows. So let's do, then decrease. So this is 23 needles right now. So I'm going to knit 4 rows to complete the rows, 60 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then tension 10 to knit 2 rows to bind off. So you can see what we have right now. So you can see what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and knit same thing for the back side. So guys, you can see what we have. This is the back side right now. You can see after folding the rib, then you continue knitting with same tension 8 and knit 110 rows. After the 110, then you make sure you shape for your armhole. Then after the armhole, you get to knit up to 200. That is, knit 90 more to be 200 and cast off. So this is the back right here, and this is the front right here. So what I need to do, I will go ahead and fix for the neck before I will come to fix for the armhole. So you can as well, knit the band and sew it with sewing machine, but I decide to fix it back on knitting machine and fix the neckband on knitting machine. So what I need to do is to get the center of my back, the center of the back, like folding it together right here, and mark for the center of the back. So that is very important. Then I'm going to go ahead and size the shoulder to the back and to the front, size them and mark where the shoulder gets to on the back. You can see on the back. So right now I'm going to do same here, match them together, don't stretch too much, and mark. So I'm going to mark here right now. So I'm going to fix this back on 23 by 23. The back, I'm going to fix it back on 23 by 23, and the neck, the V-neck band, at least you have to size it and see, but Let's see it. So let's say this is 80 needle and this is center 0. So I think it's okay. So I'm going to fix it on 80 needle. I'm going to open it up like this and fix on 80 needle. Then here the the needle we use determine how wide the back will be. So that is the needle we use for shaping of the neck. So will determine how wide or where you are going to fix for the back of the sweater for neck band. So right now we decrease 23 by 23. So I'm going to fix it back on 23 by 23. If you calculate 23 by 23, it's going to give you 46 needle. So I'm going to fix this back on 46 needle. So let's go ahead. I'm going to fix on center 0. That's it. And go ahead with the 80 needle. Then you know that the center of this needle, 80 needle, is 40. So I'm going to get 40 and this is the center. So I'm going to fix this way and fix, so that I make sure I share the 80 needle equally with the neck, with the V neck side. Right now this is center 0 to 46 because the needle is 23 by 23. So I'm going to, that place that I mark, I'm going to put my transfer tool and make sure the first needle overlap each other. This first needle here, this first needle overlap each other, the stitches overlap it. So I'm going to fix the second shoulder right now to the 46 needle. Then right now I'm going to fix all the needle back to the work so that I can go ahead and knit the neck band. So I'm going to fix. So you can see, guys, this is the back side of it. So I'm going to go ahead and fix for the neck side, the V neck side. So the fixing is ready right now. So I'm going to knit in my pattern just this as for the neck band and the armhole band. This is what I'm going to use. I told you earlier that is the down part that will be my design. Just find simple and fine design to use as for school sweater, because you are going to be mass producing them. You don't want to do anything that will keep you slow. So right now I'm going to go ahead and use purple yarn first, and guys, I'm going to use tension 7. So right now I'm going to knit in my pattern 28 rows, and I'm knitting in tension 7 and fold it. So guys, the 28 rows is ready for the band right now. So I'm going to fold it and cast off. So the neck band is being folded right now. So I'm going to knit 2 rows in tension 10 and bind off. Make sure this binding off is very loose, not so tight, so that it won't be like tighten the neck. So I'm going to knit it very loose in tension 10. So see what we have. So I'm going to bind it. So guys, you can see what we have here. So you can see what we have. So right now I'm going to go ahead and fix for the whole band. So just same method. So I'm going to fix from center 0. So I'm going to fix from center 0 to 60 for the armhole band. So I will allow this needle to overlap, then 60. So I will still continue in my pattern, in my design. So I'm going to start with the dark one, the first color, purple. So I'm going to use tension 7 for this and knit chain 28 rows in tension 7. So I'm going to check if the first 2 rows is knitted properly, then I can go ahead and start to knit in my pattern. Guys, you can see what we have. So I'm going to fold it right now. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to do away with this yarn, then put this, fix this inside the carriage and fold. So just make sure you do not pick much side seam when you are folding, so that the machine can easily pass. So I'm going to use tension 10 as usual and knit 2 rows to bind off. So guys, I'm going to repeat this to the other side of the sleeve. So let's see how it will be. So guys, you can see what we have. So I'm going to do the sewing right now. You can see what we have. You can see the 2 band of the sleeve here, the second one, then the neck. So I'm going to join this band around this neck here, and join it before coming to come and pinch the V at the center of the neck. So after closing this place, then I'm going to come and sew this V neck. So let's see how it works. So I'm not going to cut any ends yarn. I'm going to put them back inside the band, just to hide them there while I sew. So just hide them. Then I'm going to grab my tapestry needle and start to sew. So then close it. I'm going to knot. So you see what we have. You can see the band right now. So this is how it looks right now. So I'm going to go to the center of this neck right now. So this is the center. So I'm going to hold it together like this and sew just across like this. You can see, just sew across like this, sew across like this. So I'm going to do that right now for you to see. So I'm going to slant it towards inside. So just so then knot. So guys, you can see what we have right now. You can see the neck right now. So just pinch little at the back to sew the V neck. So you can see what we have right now. Go to sewing machine and join the side, the shoulder line and the side. Then we'll see what we have.